Welcome back to HPL, or the PvP live studios in Frisco, Texas. I'm Tannen Grace. I'm joined by Nathan. That's Admiral Zamora, and we just saw this match get all tied up between Dog and ErA.
Yeah, one game apiece now. ErA taking the first game with an Echo Medivh mage deck.
Love
and
that
Dog,
deck.
he's turning it right back around. He says, you want to go the distance? I'm queuing up Priest.
Yeah, he's like, you want to queue up something a little weird? I'll queue up something a little weird. And man, we saw just some great back and forth between these two guys. It's going to be really interesting to see what they do on the third game. Is ErA going to adjust to Priest, and is Dog going to get, back around on him?
Well, we're going to find out exactly what's going to happen because game number 3 is getting underway. These guys have been queuing up some wild strategies so far, and I expect that to continue here.
It looks like Dog is going to continue with the Priest deck, and ErA, it looks like they're
running
both
it back.
Yeah, they're just running it back.
Yep, we didn't see Mirror Image in ErA's deck last game, so he might not have been playing something like Flamewaker. Might have just been playing something a little bit more tempo-oriented. I would expect to see Flamewaker in there, but once I see the Mirror Image,
wow,
it's giving me a different idea. Dog's hand is fantastic.
Jeez, his hand is good. He's got a lot of early game action to deal with ErA here.
ErA's hand is pretty darn decent as well with that second Mana Worm pickup.
This is going to be a fight.
Yep. Oh, Mirror Image is going to get added to the board. It's going to help protect that Mana Worm as long as possible. And Dog is going to have his work cut out for him here. I mean, this may be too much too early.
Yeah,
really
do you run out both of these Northshire clerics here, just to kind of like help stem the beats? You know what I mean? Like, are you trying to hold off ErA as much as possible?
It's really tough to say because if he's looking at Frostbolt next turn, he's actually going to lose his entire board, and he's not going to be able to kind of deal with everything afterwards. So I would say yes. I think I would run out both of these Northshire clerics and look to the Death Lord to keep everything protected. You're going to lose one of these in the meantime. You may even lose 2 if ErA decides to start trading. But I think you're totally fine with that. I think once you just get everything under control, sort of like last game, you scale into the mid game and the late game a lot better than ErA does. And
just get there, right?
Yeah, I think that's his game plan.
Yeah, just try to get to turns 7, 8, and 9. Yeah, with a high life total, you can win from here. I mean, you have a light bomb in your hand. At some point in time, ErA's going to have to start really pushing to get through this board.
Yep,
but you see that he has a Frostbolt here, and it's just the nightmare scenario.
Yeah, it's going to start with Frostbolt. But does he want to Frostbolt these Northshire clerics? I was just about to mention this. I think he's got to go for these because the last thing he wants is Dog drawing a ton of cards, and you can see him shaking his head. But, it's not the end of the world. Death Lord is going to start keeping this in check. He's going to pick off the last part of this this mirror image. And now ErA finds himself in a spot where it's not the easiest route in the world. Has second Frostbolt here, and the Mana Worm's
There's some good ones that can come out of here, like if an Archmage comes out of the deck.
This is scary. Mana Worm is not that scary, though, and Dog finally going to be able to start having some breathing room here. He's got to feel fantastic about his chances to win the game.
Yeah, there's a good chance that this Shadow Madness is going to get a ton of value at some point in time in this game as well. This Zombie Chow is going to rule court here on this board for a while as well.
ErA going to be forced to go with Mechanical Yeti and push for a measly 1 point of damage here. And Zombie Chow going to continue to really present some issues for ErA. I mean, how exactly does he take over this game at this point?
He's going to need a lot of really good draws back to back to back. He needs to get a lot of value off this Mad Scientist going forward. This Blood Mage Thalnos can, be coupled with a couple cards later as he goes, but he needs to start getting, control now. He's got to take care of this Zombie Chow this turn, so I fully expect to see him attack, Hero Power the Zombie Chow, and then play something like Mad Scientist, or he may even Spellbender just to try to protect his own guy, but is that even good going forward?
I don't necessarily know if he needs to take care of the Zombie Chow. He's going to, but I think pushing for damage is a reasonable option. The fact that his hand's constructed the way it is, I think he can kind of fight a little bit of a grindy battle, and I think this is one of the real reasons behind not playing the Mad Scientist is to avoid a Cabal Shadow Priest on turn 6.
I would be worried about something like Valen's Chosen. If they have something like Valen's Chosen that turn, it is disaster.
That's a very good point. I mean, that puts a lot of pressure on you.
Well, that was a great turn for ErA from Dog there. Just the
everything gonna be looking good for Dog.
This Light Bomb will still be pretty good if he wants.
It's looking okay. But is he afraid of Counterspell right now? He didn't see it last game.
He didn't see it last game. He checked for it. I wouldn't be afraid of it this game. But again, Cabal Shadow Priest also very good from here.
So just going to steal out one of these Mad Scientists. And he's still at 25, so he's not really feeling the heat. ErA picks up a second Fireball. This is 2 turns in a row that he hasn't had a lot of pressure to add to the board. Mad Scientist got stolen away. I mean, how does he fight against what's going on right now? This is like a replay of game number 2 where Dog was just fought off the early pressure, and then afterwards it was smooth sailing.
Yeah, I mean, you're seeing what happens here with these decks against Priest. ErA comes out to an early lead, puts on a ton of pressure, and then even with Dog almost time-walking himself in one of those turns earlier where he just didn't do anything really, you're seeing him just slowly grind himself into this game, though.
It's going to be sailing away with it, just like Enya. Dog is Enya right now. That's, of course, if he gets his board under control right now. He's staring at a couple things that he needs to take care of.
Now, Dog has a couple things that he can do this turn. He can Shadow Madness the Blood Mage Thalnos if he wants to just draw an extra card and just take that away from ErA. He can even just Light Bomb if he wants to, but he doesn't know what these two secrets are. You know, there's, you know, it could be like some craziness going on here over at ErA's deck. You never know what ErA is bringing to the table, but this Shadow Madness sets up a pretty good Holy Nova going forward as well. So, let's see, Dog's got a few options here.
He's got to want to check for Counterspell. That's like one of his big priorities
I think
right now.
Yeah, that's, I mean, leading with Thought Steal might be the best way to do that.
So if he wants to set up the Holy Nova, Thought Steal will check for Counterspell.
Yeah.
Gets the good news. Wow, that's really good news.
That's great news, actually.
That's about the best news that you can get.
Yeah, because if there's a Mirror Entity, if you play the Sorcerer Apprentice and it's a Mirror Entity, then you have a 3-mana Shadow Madness to like clean a few things up if you want. You can grab his Sorcerer's Apprentice and run it into his
Shadow Madness has got to be quick, though. This animation from the Spellbender may not give him the time he needs to take care of this. That Spellbender get run into the Mechanical Yeti or not? Oh, he did get it off in time. This is going to set up the big Holy Nova turn. Is going to start taking some damage in the meantime.
Ooh, we're going to get to spin the wheel here from ErA.
This could be extremely good. It's a light spawn instead.
You know, it's not the worst thing in the world. It is a 5/5.
It's vulnerable to Shadow Word Death, though.
It
But
is,
as you know, as we saw last game, though, Shadow Word Death.
Do you just ping your own guy here to make it a 4/4?
That's actually really funny. Is that what he's doing?
I would be tempted to ping my own minion here to make it a 4/4.
That'd be really funny. And now at this point, Dog, just everything under his control. This looks like a very solid Light Bomb turn. And Duplicate going to be activated because of this. Unless it just isn't Duplicate. It just isn't Duplicate. I have no idea what this other... Is this Mirror Entity still? He hasn't checked for that yet, has he?
Yeah, maybe he hasn't checked for it. Maybe that's why he didn't play the Sorcerer's Apprentice first, because he could have Sorcerer's Apprentice into Light Bomb into heal. And we get to spin the wheel again here from ErA. Oh, wow.
Oh, wow. That Major Domo Executus could be an absolute nightmare for Dog. Okay, how does he handle this minion?
How does he kill this and then deal with this hero power going forward?
This is a disaster. I think this is the best thing that ErA could have gotten.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the better ones he could have gotten for sure, because Dog has answers to this, but how good are they really when you just give him the power of Ragnaros?
I think he's just gonna have to get lucky at this point to really get things done. So there's Mirror Entity. He's gonna Thought Steal, get a little bit more information, and this is extremely scary for Dog at this point. Thought Steal's not giving him any benefit right now. Gotta summon an Undertaker off Unstable Portal. That's not good. Hey, can't activate the Death Rattle, though.
Value.
Gotta look at the plus sides.
Yeah, value. You gotta take your small victories in life when you can get them.
But how does he handle Major Domo?
I didn't think I'd ever say that, by the way, on HPL.
I didn't think I'd ever say that, but sort of what I'm looking at is I think he's trying to find a position where he can put ErA in the spot where he can kill the Major Domo and then just attack for 8.
Yeah, what he could do is he can maybe Shadow Word Death here into Clockwork Gnome, into Arcane Missiles, take care of some stuff, maybe heal up, or yeah, I was gonna say.
No, he's gonna start hunting for lethal. That's exactly what he's gonna do. Clockwork Gnome's gonna get added to this board. He wants the Major Domo to go for face and for ErA to ignore this board position and then push for lethal afterwards. Dog may have found a way to win this game. 9 points of damage is gonna come crashing in, and ErA, I mean, with the fireball behind this, I think Dog just won this game. If this Major Domo gets left on board, he's got Whirling Blades, he's got Bell and Chosen, he's got Arcane's Missile.
I was supposed to just make this into a 5/9, right?
He can still Shadow Word Death it after that, though. It's not going to be good enough. Dog is actually going to beat ErA because of the Major Domo now.
Yeah, he's going to put him down to, it puts you down to 8, right?
Yeah, Ragnaros has 8 total health. If he spots this is going to be enough. The Whirling Blades going to check to see exactly what the secret is. He knows it's not Spellbender at this point, and he knows it's not Counterspell. After this, it doesn't matter what it is. He's got the damage to do it. Dog is going to win this game despite ErA having so close to the right tools to take care of it. Unless that's an Ice Block sitting behind there, there's no way he's going to win this one. And you can see ErA so disappointed by it. Dog keeps his composure and finds a way to beat what otherwise looked like a disastrous spot for him. And you can tell that he feels great about that one. There was so much pressure and tension building in that game, but finding the right lines of play. He took an aggressive stance there towards the end, was able to keep a little bit of minion pressure on board. I mean, should ErA have considered that a little bit more? That's really, I think, one of the only ways he could have stayed in that game. But Dog just found the right way to win. The only way he could win was killing that Major Domo and then actually dealing ErA 8 points of damage in one turn, because he could not let the hero power get out of control.
Yeah, I think maybe ErA played a little too fast there, got stuck in the mind frame of I'm the aggressor here, he's the control player, I have to push for as much damage as possible. And he kind of ran into the fact that, oh yeah, when Major Domo dies, I go to 8 and he has, power board, but he didn't know that was, all the stuff that was left over in Dog's hand as well. He may have had to just push and hope and pray.
Yeah, but ends up being Shadow or Death dealt 20 damage effective to ErA because the Ragnaros resets him to 8. If you guys want to see exactly how that Major Domo found its way into ErA's deck, you can head over to pvplive.net and check it out for yourself. The full recap, stats breakdowns, everything you need to know that's happened in this match so far, as well as their competitive career. See how they've played in the past and how they intend to play in the future. So now they're making changes to their decks, and when we come back, game number 4 is going to be getting underway. Dog finds himself at a 2-1 lead now, and ErA's going to need 2 straight if he wants to get back on the road to a winning record. Don't go anywhere, guys. You're watching Hearthstone on PvP Live.
You draw me in, and I can't slow down. No, can you feel it too? There ain't no stopping now. Feet off the ground, head